Okay, good morning. Welcome to day 2 class of HackOverSecurity's a free ethical hacking. I heard that audio was not clear yesterday and I hope it will be clear today. And sorry for the interruption yesterday. Okay, fine. Let's start the class and we saw until the installation of Kali Linux into a virtual box, right? And I've told you that I'll show ISO file installation inside VirtualBox. And for now, I'll go to virtualbox.org, type just virtualbox and go to virtualbox.org. And press download VirtualBox, Windows host. Just open this. Install anyway. Yes. I'm upgrading my version to the current version, okay? Just a file, yes. Install. Removing the old files and it will install the new files. The installations are as same as I do, and so you don't need to worry that I've already have the VirtualBox and you need to install it in a fresh computer. Okay, let's check out the version of VirtualBox. For now, it's moved or renamed. Do you want to remove this item? Yes, and I'll keep this now. Okay, where is VirtualBox? About VirtualBox. VirtualBox is 6.1.36 is the current version of VirtualBox. Fine. And okay. Let us try the installation of a Kali ISO file or something like backtrack. I'll type the version of this Linux. It is a Linux type of OS and it is a Debian 64 or Debian 32. Fine, and I'll give all next. As of I've taught you what these things are, right? And I'll continue with it. I'll choose backtrack. R3 backtrack file. Fine. I'll open this and I'll choose it. I'll start. Let us see what it is happening. For sure it need to be worked. And I'll give enter. It is working now. This is the actual installation method of ISO file inside a VirtualBox. Fine. And you only need to know two installation types. That is, one is OVA installation and another one is VirtualBox installation. If you are fine with these two installation, we can get into the hacking pages. Only after you know these two things, we can get into hacking. Fine. And as of now, we have completed the installations and virtualization topic. And now I'll tell you the thing choosing OS. Fine, choosing OS you have saw already, right? For ethical hacking, you will be using Kali Linux and you will be using pen testing Black Arc Linux. This Black Arc Linux is more than 30 GB. Your file will be your OS file, ISO file will be more than 30 GB. It is a large file OS, okay, and deft and NST, these things you will know, right? And you can use Samurai for mobile pen testing. Samurai OS. Let us check. It is a complete security training, supply chain, web training and testing framework. Samurai WTF, fine. And wait, let me check for the Android. Sorry. Tails, NST, Kali, Dragon Demon. And the Samurai is for, actually it is for Android type of pen testings. Fine, let us check with that. Okay, let it download, sorry, let it install, and we'll see the other thing, what all the next topics is. What the next topic is actually, today you're going to see the basis of hacking. It is an important topic as of you are a hacker now. Even after the 10 years of your hacking career journey, you want to cross all these steps in hacking. As of in the Google search, the paces of hacking will show only 5 paces, and I'll teach you more than 8 to 10 paces. Okay, I'll teach my own thing. First thing is it is pre-exploitation. Okay, I'll tell you what is pre-exploitation. Please wait, I got some reply like joining today's class. It's live on YouTube. Okay, let's get into the basis of hacking. What is pre-exploitation? First of all, I need to tell you what is exploitation. Okay, exploitation is something like an attack on a computer using an exploit. Exploitation, what exploitation means is, think this is a computer, you want to hack this computer and you will prepare a malware, and this is called as exploit. Okay, and what exploitation means is, you will send this exploit, you will send this virus which you have created. This is a virus, and you will send this virus or a Trojan or a backdoor or malware, anything. Okay, you will send that thing, exploit, to the victim computer. This is a victim computer. Victim is who you want to hack, right? And you will send it to the victim computer, and you will get a connection from a victim computer to your computer. Okay, this is hacking, right? And this phase is called as exploitation. The sending exploit to the victim computer and gaining access from the computer is called as exploitation. Okay, and what is pre-exploitation in this phase is, once you are going to do an exploitation, once you are going to attack a computer, you should not reveal your information or something like your identity. You should not reveal any of your identity, right? And so you want to completely hide yourself behind a black screen. You want to hide yourself behind a black screen. Think this is a black screen, and you want to completely hide behind this screen, right? And so you want to check what are the thing it is outbounding from your computer. What outbound is? The things getting out of your computer is called as outbounding. Okay, outbound. Outbounding. Okay, things, the which things getting out of your computer is called as outbounding. In this scenario, only two things it will get out of your computer. That is, one is your IP address. Okay, one is your IP address and another one is your MAC address. As of we saw yesterday, only these two things, with these two things they will identify who you are. Inside the internet, inside the world wide web, only these two things will reveal you are you. Okay, in case, for I'll give you a non-technical example. One case, if we have a person here, okay, and this person, you know me very well, right? And so think this is me, and I have only two identities. That is, one is my name, Dhinesh, and another one is my address, that is Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, inside India, right? This is my identity. This is my IP address. My name is my IP address. The first thing which all the persons will ask, every stranger will ask us, what is my name, right? And then they will ask where I'm coming from, right? And only these two things they want to ask me, and they will ask me, right? And so, and this will be your IP address, and this address will be your MAC address, okay? And IP address will be your name. If you are getting into a wild, strange place, and there we have 10 people here, you have a new set of 10 people here, you are going to and giving an intro between these 10 people, what you will say? My name is Dinesh and I am coming from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India, right? Only these two things will reveal my identity. And so in technical side, only your IP address and your MAC address will reveal yourself. And so in pre-exploitation phase, you want to hide these two things. You will learn how to hide yourself inside internet, how you will hide your IP address, how one hacker will hide himself, and how a hacker will keep anonymous while doing a great big attack, and how to hide a MAC address, and we will see these two things in pre-exploitation phase, right? And this is called as pre-exploitation. What pre-exploitation is, before doing an exploitation you want to hide yourself, right? Like IP MAC spoofing, you will learn in this free class how to spoof your IP and MAC address, okay? Please keep connected. And so you will learn these things, like how to be anonymous inside internet, how a hacker will hide himself while he doing an attack, okay? And the second thing is social engineering. Social engineering is something like, I'll take a paint. Think you have a victim inside an IT park. Think this is an IT park and this is an Amazon company, or for example I'm giving an Amazon company. Think this is Amazon and you have more than 4 to 5 floors inside this company, okay? I think this is a company, and here your target is you want to compromise a server, okay? The servers are in top floor. The server is actually in top floor, 5th floor. I am giving a non-technical example for this. Actually the server is in 5th floor. Think this is a server, and if any stranger comes, you will have only access to this 1st floor, okay? For strangers you will have access only to the 1st floor, and for normal employees, for 3rd category employees, they will allow only up to the 2nd floor and 3rd floor, okay? And 1st and 2nd floor. And for the people like admins, the people like only admins, 1st category people who are responsible for the security of the company, only those people will be allowed inside this room. If there is a server and the whole company is maintained inside this server, only these category people will be allowed. The person who is responsible for security of your company and your admins, security persons and admins. Only these two people will be allowed. Even uh, these people want to get permissions when they get inside this room. Okay, they will be having a security person who need to check each of the person getting in. They should not even take a USB pen drive inside the server room. In case if they take the USB pen drive unknowingly with them, while coming out, they will wipe out the pen drive, or they will not give the pen drive with the security person or admin person. You should not take anything inside the server room. In case if you take anything, you cannot bring back the thing without a data wipe or something like that. You cannot bring back the USB like that. Okay, it may be anything. If you have a hard drive or anything, it should not be taken inside. Fine. And what social engineering is, think this is a strange person, this is a stranger, that is you. Yeah, you want your objective is to compromise the server. You need access, you need a physical access to the server or anything, or you need a key from the server. This server will have a private key, right? This server will have a private key which is used to connect with the server from externally, like a simple connection like SSH or something. Okay, I'll teach you what is SSH and such things. And this is a protocol or port. This is a port, specific port, which will have a sequential connection with this server or something. Okay, we can have a connection using SSH. And what I will do is I want to find this private key. And there is an admin person or security person. We cannot. I mean, this is not we cannot. It is little hard to trick a security person, right? We cannot trick a security person that much easily. And so what we will do is we will target a admin here. We will target a network admin here, and when a network admin is inside, we will make a call from. We will spoof our call. What is call spoofing is? What call spoofing is? We can make a call on, like, if this Amazon have an MD or manager, okay, any higher officials, take any higher officials, okay, managing director is fine, managing director, MD is fine, right? And MD is a higher official, and if he, for example, if he has a number like +91 9865 221100, okay. And what call spoofing is, only this person can have this number, right? But I can call, this attacker can call from this number to this admin. That is called as call spoofing, and this is actually possible. This is highly possible. You have a third party paid services to do these things, and you can simply trick this admin by calling from this number. Actually, this admin person will save his save this number as a managing director. Actually, we can spoof a call with the same name as managing director, and to show this same number in his mobile. Okay, while making a call, while attacker making a call, the same name and same number will show. That is called as call spoofing. Okay, and by doing this call spoofing, and he will ask for the private key. He will not ask for the private key, or he will trick anyway, and he will get this thing. Okay, these things are called as social engineering. By getting informations by tricking the user or victim, this is called as social engineering. Inside social engineering, there is a famous attack called as phishing. Okay, what phishing is? What phishing is? The same thing. Stealing the credentials. Okay, it is a social engineering thing, and we will steal the personal data or any credentials by tricking the user. That is called as phishing or social engineering. Okay, in this space, think that if you have a Facebook page, okay, if you have a Facebook page, what we will do is we'll copy all the codes inside this. We will copy all the codes used for Facebook page, Facebook login page. Okay, we will copy all the codes inside this used for this page, and we will recreate this page. We will clone this page. Actually, we will clone this page. We will host it in our domain. When a person types test, if I give for example, if I give test, and if I enter the password test, when I log in, it will come, it will go to attacker. That is called as phishing. When you enter a credential inside this in a phishing page and you give login, it will go to attacker. The credentials will go to attacker. That is called as phishing. Okay, that is called as credential stealing or phishing or social engineering. Fine. And the next thing is information gathering. As of information gathering. You can come through that. What it means? It means information gathering. What information gathering means? You need to gather some of the information about the victim. That is called as information gathering. Information is wealth, right? And so what you need to do is you need to gather information on your victim. Think he is a victim. He is the victim person, and he is an attacker. Think he is an evil attacker. He is an evil guy. He is who the attacker, and he want to hack a person. He may be individual person, or he's a good guy. Actually, he is a good guy, and he has a personal computer, and he have some credentials. If this hacker want to bypass all the passwords of him, he need to know some of the informations of this victim, right? He is the victim, and he is an attacker, and this attacker need to collect some of the informations like his name, mobile number, date of birth, his parental information, and his beloved people's information, his pets information, because he will keep the password inside his name, his date of birth, his parents' name, or his would-be name, or lover's name, or something like a pet's name. He will be having the names inside this parent's birthday date, or his birthday date, or pet's birthday date. Only he can remember those things, right? This normal victim will have a passwords with a mix-up of these characters or these words, right? We need to gather some of the information to complete the attack very fast. Okay, this is normal psychology, right? And after information gathering, you will see a page called scanning. Okay, inside scanning, after you gather the information, and what you will do is, in scanning page, you will check little more detailed informations on him. If he is using a static IP, you will scan inside this IP. Okay, you will gather the information of his IP, or how he used the internet. If he using the router, you will gather the IP of this router, and you will scan this router, and you will collect the informations like what all the other devices he have, and other devices used under this network. You can scan such things. You can scan a deep informations about him. That is inside, you will see inside the scanning page. Okay, and the next thing is, you will see vulnerability analysis. Vulnerability analysis. What vulnerability means is, it is weakness. You need to find a weakness to get inside this victim. This victim will have any weakness, right? Like if he is a foodie, he will like pizzas or something. when this attacker knows the thing, uh, that this victim loves a pizza, and he's fond of pizza, and what he'll do is he'll create a fake application like Pizza Hut, and please download this application and get worth 5,000 rupees offer, such thing. If he create an application like this and create a fake offer like this, what this victim will do is he'll completely install this application, right? We want to find information that what this victim likes and dislikes. In information gathering phase, you will collect the informations like what the victim will like, and what are the dislikes for this victim, and by finding the likes of this victim, you can trick the victim like this. You can create application like Pizza Hut or something like that, okay? And you can give a free offer code, and you can make this victim download that. This is called as vulnerability. You are finding a vulnerability, that is weakness. What is weakness of this victim? Finding this will come under the space vulnerability analysis, fine. And the next page is you will see exploitation. After you know what the vulnerability is, you can directly go to exploitation phase. Okay, in exploitation phase, you will completely design a malware, you will completely design a virus, okay, which will take a reverse connection from his computer. Okay, in exploitation phase, this is a victim. Okay, this is a evil guy who need also all the informations about you. Okay, this is a good guy, that is you. Okay, and this is you, and you have a computer. In exploitation phase, what this hacker will do is he will create a malware by using his computer, and he will set the destination IP as his computer. He will have an IP, and you also will have an IP, right? And this IP is called as source IP, and this is called as destination IP. He will design a malware to send all the informations from this IP to this IP. Okay, he'll design a malware. Think this is a malware. Okay, malware means it is a virus or Trojan or backdoor or anything. Okay, it may be anything, but it should have a reverse connection from this computer to this computer, and from this computer we need to see all the informations, like we can even need to see the display, what is happening here. Okay, that is a backdoor, or that is a Trojan, or a backdoor, or a virus, or it may be anything. Okay, this is a worm. Each of the virus or a malware or worm will do different things. Okay, these things can be done by backdoors. You can completely view the display of your victim computer. This will come under backdoors, fine. And he will create a malware. Actually, what it will happen in exploitation phase is he will create a malware first, and what he will do is he'll use an encoder to bind this application. He will actually, once he created the malware and directly sent to the victim computer, the victim will have an antivirus, right? He will have an antivirus. This antivirus will detect this software as, this antivirus will actually detect this software as a virus, and it will consider this application as a virus. That is the duty of antivirus. We appreciate that. And what we need to do is we need to bypass this antivirus. How you will bypass this antivirus is, how this hacker will bypass this antivirus, he will do encoding and wrapping. Okay, what encoding means is this malware is designed by some of background codes, right? And what in encoding phase, what he will do is he'll do zeros and ones. He'll spray out the codes with zeros and ones. Okay, to hide what is behind this. He'll spray out the code like zeros and ones for he must do the encoding for at least 3 to 6 times. An example for encoder is Shikata Nagai is the encoder inside Metasploit framework. Okay, it is still going strong. One of the most popular exploit frameworks in the world is Metasploit, and Shikata Nagai is an encoder still going strong. Okay, this is a you have lots of encoders inside this Metasploit. I'll teach you what is Metasploit and how to create a malware, how to get a connection from another computer within this 5 days. Fine, and you will learn how to hack a mobile or a computer or anything in this 5 days class. And this is an encoder, and you need to know extra knowledge about that, right? And so I'm teaching this, and you need to encode for 3 to 6 times to bypass this antivirus detection. And this encoding is not only enough to bypass the antivirus detection, you also want to do wrapping. What wrapping is, you want to pack this like a gift. Okay, what wrapping is, you will buy a gift for your friend's marriage, and what you will do is, you will wrap it with a gift cover, right? You will wrap it with a gift cover that you can't see anything inside. And what you will do is, you will wrap it with a ribbon, and you will wrap it with the ribbon, right? And this is called as wrapping. You will do such thing like you will zip this file, and when he double click this zip file, it will explode. This is called as wrapping. And in exploitation phase, these things will be created, and once after the exploitation is completed, you will do privilege escalation. Okay, what privilege escalation is? Privilege escalation. Privilege escalation. What privilege escalation is? When you enter inside a victim's computer for first time, you will be a normal user. Okay, you have what are all the privileges you have? You have user privilege, you have guest privilege, you have admin privilege. You have 3 type of privilege inside Windows, right? You can be as a guest or user or admin. By an attacker enters inside your computer, it may be a guest role or a user role. When an attacker gets inside your computer, he'll get a role like he'll get a privilege only for user or a guest, and he need to escalate the privilege to admin. In this space, you want to be admin to do anything inside that computer, right? And so you will increase your privilege to admin. And next phase is called as maintaining access. Maintaining access. And inside maintaining access, you will plant a rootkit. Until now, in exploitation phase, you will gather a temporary reverse connection with using this Metasploit. Metasploit is a framework inside Kali Linux. This framework you can see inside Kali Linux. I'll show you. Wait. Inside Kali Linux 22. Okay, I think Kali Linux is updated. Kali.org. Download. Virtual machine, virtual box. It is not updated. Just 22.2 until. And finally, let it download. Until that, I'll show you. Okay, I'll enter into the Kali Linux by typing password and username Kali and Kali. Okay, and it is logged in. Okay, I got the wallpaper and it is ready to use. Actually my Kali Linux is ready to use. I'll switch to the full screen and I'll show you what is Metasploit framework. It will be inside this exploitation tools. Okay, you can see a tab called exploitation tools, and you will have Metasploit framework inside that. And I'll type Kali, my password, and I'll give enter. It will start a database and you will have a MSF console. see what command it is run, and msfdb init, that means it is calling the database of metasploit, and it is by using the command of msf console, it will open the metasploit framework. Actually we need to use msf console command to open this metasploit framework, and okay, and it has 2201, I mean 2214 exploits, 2214 exploits, and 1117 auxiliary, and 616 payloads, 45 encoders. Okay, simply if you want to find what are the encoders available, you can simply search encoders, encoder. Okay, you can find that whole 48 encoders. You should not search for encoders, because it the separate encoder will be in the name of encoder, right? And so you can check for the encoders like this encoder. See, it is a context keyed payload encoder, and this is Windows server overflow encoder. Okay, and I'll show the encoder Shikata Nagai. Shikata. Okay, this is an encoder Shikata Nagai, and see context cube, CPU ID, and alpha mixed, and Zoto Dekiru context chat. These are all some of the encoders. See, the rank is excellent in Shikata Nagai. Okay, this is a active encoder type which is currently used by lots and lots of hackers. Okay, and simply I can show you how to search exploits for Windows. If you search Windows, you can find exploit for Windows. Okay, these are all exploits to hack Windows. Okay, you can see these many type of exploits. Fine, and this is a basic introduction of Metasploit framework, and I'll teach you for sure how to use it. But before that, I'll complete this topic and phases of hacking. Yeah, as of I've told you, in this exploitation base, you will gather only a temporary connection. Reverse connection. Okay. This is a temporary reverse connection. In maintaining access, you will create a backdoor, and in initial stage you will not send any backdoors. And what is the difference between backdoor and temporary connection is, excuse me, and as of this is the victim computer, this is the computer we need to hack. I'll tell you two examples, that is, one is temporary reverse shell and this is backdoor. What is the difference between these two things? Okay, in temporary reverse shell, the connection will be terminated once when this computer internet or this computer's power, once it get down, the connection will be terminated. The connection will be active only when the both computers internet and power should be on. Once the connection is terminated, we cannot initiate the connection again. You need to create the malware again, and you need to send the malware again, and only then you can gather the connection. Okay, this connection will be terminated when the internet or power of a victim system is in the state off. Okay, this is same condition for your computer too. In some case, if your internet or your system's power is terminated, this connection will be terminated. Fine. And in backdoor, what it will happen is, once you gain connection of this computer, it will be for lifetime access. Okay, it doesn't care of this internet or power. Once the system is off or internet is down, and what it will happen is, once after the internet connection is gained, it will gather all the informations. So I mean it will send all the informations back to this backdoor application. Fine. This is a permanent connection and this is a temporary connection. That is the difference between exploitation and maintaining access. And the final two steps are uh, covering track and anti-forensics, reporting and retesting, covering track. That is anti-forensics. As of you all know what is forensics, and I will tell you what is anti-forensics. And reporting and retesting. Okay. As of you are a hacker or all type of hacker must cross all these space to complete an attack successfully. Fine. And I'll tell you what is covering track. What covering track is, this is an attacker computer, this is an evil attacker, and this is a victim, he is a good guy, okay, and he also have a computer, and in this space of covering track, all the exploitation is completed until, right, and you have gathered all the informations about the victim, and you have you have scanned for the victim, you have prepared a malware, you have found the vulnerability and you have prepared a malware, and you have completed the exploitation phase, and you are in the maintaining access phase. You are also sent the backdoor, right, and once after sending the backdoor, what you need to do is you need to check for what all the evidences you left when you do all these phase. You have completed the phase like information gathering, that is, this is called as OSINT or intelligence. You can tell it as information intelligence, information intel or information intelligence, or OSINT, open source information. OSINT, I will show you what is OINT. Okay, what OSINT is, it is open source intelligence is called as OSINT. INT means it is intelligence or information gathering. Okay, you also have a framework, osintframework.com. Inside this osintframework.com, it will have lots of tools to be found. Okay, if you want to find something related to username or email address, you can click this and it will show some username search engines, and you have these much of name search engines, and the specific sites also you have specific sites. And if you want to learn something about or access something related to dark web, people search engine, you can do general people search engines using this. You can search for peoples inside these websites, and inside these registries you have lots of registries about the peoples, and you have public records. Okay, this is property records, property viewers, neighborhood, neighbor report, and such things you can find inside this. You can find for criminal records, you can find for government records. I'll little zoom in for you. And you can find the government records, you can find financial tax resources, birth records, death records, US county data, okay fine. And political records, patent records. You can find all the patents, okay, and you can find geolocation tools. You can use these location tools to find locations, okay, and encoding and decoding tools. You can use these decoding tools. It is base 64 encoding and JavaScript encoding. You can see all the encoding tools inside this. This is extra tools like OSINT automation. It will automate all your process like data exploit. If you enter some wants inside this data exploit, it will automatically, it is OSINT automation. These are manual tools. You need to get into each and every website and you need to search for what you want. and inside this automation it will automatically search for what you want. Okay, and this is difference between these two things. You will have pen testing recon, and pen testing what recon means. Recon means it is reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is also called as information gathering. Okay, recon is called as reconnaissance, and what reconnaissance means, it is also called as information gathering. Okay, it is scouting, the exploration of area, military forces, and it is to obtain information about the enemy forces. In this space, what reconnaissance means is you need to obtain information about your victim. This is not enemy forces. In your case, you need to obtain information about your victim. That is called as reconnaissance. Inside this pen testing recon, you can find vulnerability information gathering. Okay, this is malicious file analysis. If you doubt that file is if a PDF is a virus file or not, you can search inside this PDF tools or origami framework, such things. You can analyze PCAP files, that is network files, and malware analysis tools. You have malware analysis tools, and G-Hydra is a tool used by NSA. Okay, you can search for NSA tools. These are hidden tools. Shadow Broker is a hacker group which is appreciated in summer 2016. You can search for NSA tools, that is National Security Agency. National Security Agency will have separately designed tools for them that will not be publicly exposed for public use, because those tools are very highly confidential thing and highly advanced tools only they use. Okay, and you can, if you want to know some details about dark web, you can get into this, and general information you will have Reddit onions, that is fine, clients, discovery. Inside discovery, onion scan, or what, find, tar search. Yes, this dark.fail, you want to search, you will have lots of link. If you have osntframework.com, inside your normal website you will have only this link, and you will not have any fake links, right? And inside the Tor, I mean dark web sites, and if you want to purchase a gun inside this dark web, or any drugs or any illegal thing, if I want to do any illegal thing, I want to find a URL of that dark web website. And let me check for the URL. Yes, darknet links. Okay, we may find a link. You will have a lot of links like this. What you need to do is you need to copy this link and give me a minute. You need to copy this link and you need to get into dark.fail. Dark.fail. This is a verification website, and inside this website you can verify whether this URL is a valid URL or a trusted URL, like that. Okay, dark.fail, the website is down, I think so, or else, okay, dark.fail. Darkfail is an onion site online. We can check whether the site is online or not. Okay, you can check for the official distributed denial of secrets. Fine, this is DDoS of secrets, and please do not misuse this, because a single wrong click without without knowing how to use, can ruin your life inside this dark web. Because you need to properly know how to use this dark web, and only then you can use this dark web, and only then you are allowed to use this dark web. Okay, and before that, please do not use dark web and get yourself hacked. There is a lots of possibilities to get yourself hacked inside this dark web. Okay, you can check other thing, exploits and advisories. You can go through this osintframework.com. Fine, it will be useful for your thing. And coming back to the topic, information gathering or reconnaissance is fine. You can see scanning. You also did scanning here. You also did malware analysis, vulnerability analysis. You have done vulnerability analysis. You have done exploitation. You have done maintaining access. You have crossed such steps, right? Inside this covering track, you'll go through what are the things you have done, and you'll look for what are the evidences you left inside information gathering, scanning or vulnerability, or you will find all those informations and you will delete all those informations. Okay, related to your or that revealing your identity. You will find all those informations, you will collect all those informations, and you will remove all those informations in covering track. Okay, we can find who is the attacker by doing forensics, and these steps are called as anti-forensics. These anti-forensics steps are followed to be not identified by the forensics investigator. That is called as anti-forensics or covering track. Inside this covering track page, you will do such thing. And what reporting and retesting is, you will report what you have done until to your client, and you will start retesting on the same person, or if your objective is completed, you will start the next process. Okay, these are the basic process of hackings, and by only crossing all these paces, you can successfully complete an attack. Without crossing any one of this page, you cannot complete the attack successfully. Okay, and according to Google, what are the pages of hacking is? What the pages of hacking is: reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and clearing track. This will be only these 5 steps will be taught everywhere. Okay, the reconnaissance means it is information gathering, and scanning is enumeration. Enumeration is enumerating a data. Scanning and deep scanning is called as enumeration, and gaining access is to gain access by exploitation, and you need to maintain access by creating backdoor and sending a backdoor to it. And you need to, in clearing track, what you will do is you will delete all the evidences you left about yourself to reveal your identity. Fine, and these are all the pages of hacking, and we'll see next topic tomorrow in next class. Fine. I hope you like the class and you have understood all the things what I have taught. In case if you have any doubts regarding today's class and yesterday's class, you can ask in our WhatsApp group. Our WhatsApp group link is updated. Sorry, HackOverSecurity. Okay, it is asking for login. You can check for Instagram HackOverSecurity page story to get this WhatsApp link, or you can get into our website to join this group. Okay, thank you.